fight my disciples, so...
You fight for your disciples?
No, I fight them.
Oh, okay.
Like, we put on boxing gloves and we fight.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
I'm down. Let's go.
Do it. You can, I think
I have boxing gloves.
I think you could be... shoot.
Yeah.
I think
me and
if-
Flora, we get like...
Yeah, we do.
We have to take you to this thing called Smash the Rage.
Oh,
you guys would love that. Anyways, so we're gonna do the intro. You know, we're out here. Okay.
Oh God.
So, hey guys, what's up? It's Abby, and I'm here with
Hezzy Talks. Hezzy Talks.
So it's been a minute since I posted, so maybe this is the video that I'm back with. Maybe this is not the one that I am back with, but maybe it's not. Maybe it is. You know, the world will never know. So we're doing a Tough Skin podcast episode here, and we just did an awesome interview on Hezzy's channel and his podcast at Hezzy Talks. So make sure it's gonna be right here, or probably not. It's gonna be linked down below. So definitely check his podcast out. He's awesome, so real. We were really real and raw with it.
As real as it gets, honestly.
Honestly, we talked about some tea and some things, so it was awesome. So without further ado, let's get on to this video. Yeah. Hello guys, we are here. Welcome back to Tough Skin Podcast. So it is 2020 and I sound like an advertisement right now, but it has been a minute since I posted, and welcome to the new year. I have a special guest here today. He's like one of my close friends. We've been, oh my god, did you get upgraded? So I'm here with Hezzy. Want to say hi?
Hey. What's up, guys?
Oh my god, why are you
It's Hezzy Talks.
Hezekiah, Hezzy Talks, MC Hezekiah.
MC Hezekiah, Hezzy.
All of the above. Got me my notebook.
Volume 3 coming out soon.
You know the vibes. You just want the glory. No, you just want the story.
You just see the glory, you don't see the story.
Come on. Like that's just all there. Yeah, so just get comfortable. You know, you got your water, you got your tea.
Shout out to Abby for giving me like 5 bottles of water.
You know, because he's thirsty or whatever.
I am. I'm trying to find a wife actually. So.
Honestly, so if there's any applications, so make sure to DM at Hezzy Talks.
No Cubans.
Oh, you don't like Cuban coffee?
I like Cuban cafecito, but I don't like Cuban women.
So you like the... Okay, before this podcast gets any more, you know, I feel uncomfortable.
I'm gonna get loose and wild.
You're gonna get lit.
No,
I'm gonna be so annoying. No, but we're about to get like real serious real quick. But honestly, we did a podcast on his podcast, which is
the Hezzy Talk Show, starring your host, me, Hezzy. Check it out.
Yeah, he's a host and he's pretty cool. So he has this whole setup here, as you guys can see, and my face is like on the mic, but it's fine. But it was an awesome experience. You good?
I'm getting comfortable.
I really see it, because you'll literally see, like, if you go to his video, you'll see me just being mad comfortable, and now...
And me super stiff.
And,
like,
yeah. And now it's your turn to get interviewed, even though I interviewed you.
Yeah, she's weird. She interviewed me in my own podcast. I don't know whether to feel flattered or disrespected. I don't know.
But didn't you feel like it was therapy?
I thought it was an experience.
Is it weird?
It was a little weird.
To get interviewed?
Yeah.
In your own podcast?
Yeah, it was. I think that was the weirdest thing, getting interviewed in my own podcast. I was like, yikes.
Because
I know you're doing a bad job as a host. If
I kind of just swerved questions, because he would ask me questions and I would just say a whole story and not get to the answer and then come back to him with the question.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm just a bad interviewee, so... Welcome to Tough Skin. So Tough Skin is a place where I have guests over and we talk about some hardships that they went through in their life. And I don't know, for this episode, I don't know if you guys know, but I said this in like a few of my videos that I have, you know, joined the rmntyth.evangelism. So,
hey.
You know, it's pretty dope. I guess the way that I found it was that, like, we're friends. So, you're like, I hope
Nah, yeah, we're friends.
I feel like I got upgraded this year.
Yeah.
From like
redemption, the Lord double, year of double blessing.
So whatever. So basically, they kept telling me, they're like, hey Abby, come on evangelizing with us, this and this. And I was like, nah, like I'm good, you know, I want to sleep. And then one day, literally, one day it was the men's conference, and And I kind of told God, I was like, God, if it's your will for me to go, and I know that it is, because I've like wanted to evangelize for a while, but I was like too scared to. You know, shout out to everybody and their mom that want to evangelize and they're scared to. I was like, oh God, if I see like Antoine and Hezzy, then like that day, then I'll go.
Right.
And kid you not, I went out for my break and I saw you.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I think we even asked you, like, yo, you're gonna come out with us, right? And you're like, yeah, I work, and then when I get out of work, I'm down, and then we were like,
You're like, is she gonna flake?
Yeah,
she always flakes?
we thought you were gonna flake.
I thought I was gonna flake too,
and
but
then you pulled up and we were surprised.
Committed, you know, and now I'm committed. I missed a few weeks, but I'm coming back. I'm gonna come back.
Better, bigger and better.
Bigger and better. So that's basically my story. So now I kind of want to hear your story. Like, how did Remnant Youth Evangelism begin? Because right now, like, if we talk about it now, it has blown up to be like this crazy like evangelism, and like God is doing so many things that He's put in your heart. You know, we're not like, we don't have to like go through that, but like, how did it start? And like, what are some hardships that you guys went through, like to get where you're at today?
How we started, it was actually a pretty funny story. We went out to eat.
Which restaurant?
CC Pizza.
CC's? Nice.
Yeah, I actually went to go eat today at the CC's where it all started.
So you just started today?
Yeah.
You just started that.
Oh, no.
No, I'm just kidding.
I said I went to go revisit the place where it all started, and...
Did it bring up memories?
No. It did.
Okay. Sorry, I won't continue.
Excuse me. No, but yeah, so when we started out, we had, I lived pretty far. I lived like about a 45, 50-minute drive. And I went to my best friend's house and whatever. I think we went to the pool or something, and then we went to Cece's. Went to go eat. Because my friend's sister was hungry, so we're like, let's just go. And then we were eating, and then we got bored, right? And I got mad because it was really early. It was like 9. And I was like, bro, I did not drive 45 minutes to come eat CC Pizza.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not that good. It's not that good for a 45-minute drive.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let's go evangelizing. And then they were joking, laughing, nah, we're good. And then my friend's sister was like, I wasn't joking, but I didn't really want to go evangelizing, if I'm being honest. And my best friend's sister was like, nah, let's go. Hezzy's being real. You know, when he mentions God, he's not playing. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, dang. Now not only do we have to go evangelizing, but now I have to show up. Like I always say this to my disciples and to the people closest to me. Like, and like we said before, like when you're a leader, there's a pressure to perform. Yeah. You can't. When you're a leader, there's no such thing as, I can't. Yeah. I don't feel this word. I don't feel to give a word, or, this person's not getting healed. Like, at least for me and my mentality and what I try to instill in the people under me is that those words can't exist in your vocabulary when you're a leader. So we go out. I'm so sorry.
Like cough break. That's a go to.
And so yeah, we go out there. And then crazy things started happening.
What happened?
So like 3-4 people grew. Like they got taller.
Like grew just...
Yeah, they just grew. We prayed for them and they got taller.
Oh my god. Okay, so for people that don't know, like, growing and miracles and stuff, like, can you, like... Basically, like, they prayed for someone and then God supernaturally made them taller. Like, through God.
Yeah, so... Shout out to my church, my spiritual papa, Pastor Guillermo Maldonado. Woo! I love that man. He's an example to me. I'm a firm believer, and the Bible says that miracle signs and wonders shall follow those who believe. In other words, if you can't say that you believe, and miracle signs and wonders are not following you, that's not real. I don't believe in that. Yeah. There has to be power. Yeah. When you walk into a room, that room has to change. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so making somebody grow is showing the power of God. It's a miracle, it's a sign, it's a wonder. This one kid had one leg shorter than the other. We prayed for him, and his legs became equal. They became the same size. Why does that happen? Because of the power of God. You know, that's a sign that He is real. Because if I come to you with a word, if I just come to you with the Bible, you can say, no, I don't believe in the Bible. The Bible was written by man. Okay, so are science books and so are textbooks. But all right, I'll do you one better. Let me pray for this person to get taller.
Yeah.
Let me pray for this person's leg to grow. Let me pray for this person to get out of the wheelchair. You can't debate that. You know?
Yeah, that's
You
true.
can't debate someone getting taller. You can't debate.
Because it happens right in front of you.
Exactly.
And it's an experience that you had. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah. So then what happened?
So we go out the first Sunday.
Where'd you go?
Saturday. We went to Dolphin Mall.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so...
That's where it all started.
Literally, where it all started. And it's crazy. Thinking about how far we've come in so little time.
Do you remember the day? Or the month? The year?
I know around July.
Oh, wow.
A little before July.
Oh, cool.
It was when Robbie Dawkins came to the church.
Yes.
Literally
He was talking about take a risk and
it was literally the Saturday after that Friday service.
That's crazy.
We were like, nah, we gotta take risks.
Wow.
We gotta be risk takers.
And God literally did that.
And then God did that, and then literally after we had finished evangelizing, we went back home and we were so astonished. Because none of us are pastors' kids, we're not elders, we're not deacons, we're not apostles, prophets, evangelists. We're just
people with titles.
we're nobody with titles. We're not pastors. Our parents aren't pastors. We were just kids from the street who gave their lives to God and are evangelizing. And we were astonished at what we were able to do, what God was able to do through us. And so we went back home and we made a covenant.
Wow.
Yeah, we made a covenant. We made a pact with God, the four of us, right? It was me, Antoine. Yeah, the four of us, we made a pact to God, a covenant, and we said that we would never miss a Saturday.
No matter what.
No matter what. And so...
Have you missed a Saturday?
I don't think I have missed a Saturday.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's been how many months?
We're going on 7-8 months now.
Wow. That's like a whole other question. I'm like, how? How do you not go out on a Saturday night?
Yeah, I know, and it's crazy because I don't know. I think some people think that like I don't have friends or I don't have family or I don't have things that I have to do on a Saturday night. But I don't know. Like I look at it like, how can I not do this?
Yeah.
I'm here to do the will of God.
Yeah.
I'm not here to play games.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we made the covenant with God, and then we evangelized for like a month straight. No Instagram, just us going in secret.
Like nobody saw
Nobody
you.
saw us. I mean, yeah, we were taking videos here and there, but it was just for us.
Yeah.
And then we started Instagram.
What was the
And
Do you want to say the name? I feel like you went through a process. Was it Terry?
No. We had a name before Terror Squad, believe it or not.
Really?
I think. Oh no, it was really long. I think it was like Terror Squad Street Healings or something really corny.
No.
Yeah, I think it was Terror Squad. It was TSH. No, it was Terror Squad TSSH. Terror Squad Street Healing.
That sounds like one of those. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so.
Humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings.
Before we had the amazing Abby helping us out on social media, yourself.
Thanks for believing in me.
Before we had a prayer team, a social media team, a group leaders, when it was just me holding a camera. And the reason why we don't delete those videos is because one,
I wouldn't delete them.
we don't want to forget where we came from, because the first videos were when we were just Terror Squad.
Yeah.
And so...
I want to scroll down to see that video.
Yeah, it brings back memories, and it's crazy to see
how much you've grown.
Yeah, how much we've grown, how much we've matured. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but what's crazy is that what all of us had in common is that we were all on the verge of backsliding.
Really?
Yeah. So,
That's so crazy.
not a lot of people knew that.
That's crazy. Sorry. Okay, that's crazy because, kid you not, like, I was too. You know, before I started I don't know if you get like testimony of people telling to you about that, but I wasn't where I needed to be with God, and I felt evangelism was the only thing that kept me from going back. It terrifies me, still does to everybody.
I don't think it ever gets normal.
Yeah, but like you say this, what is it? You'll never regret a workout. You'll never regret like evangelizing and encountering God, because you always go and you're like, I don't know, I don't want. I remember the first time I went, I was like, I don't know if I want to go, and then I was driving and talking to God. I'm like, I can't do this, and then kid you not, I went there, and then God just did everything, and I just saw it differently, and then it's history. So continue.
I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, so.
Just like humble beginning.
Yeah, and just nobody really believed in us. You know, and the crazy thing is that now that it's like 20 something of us, now that we're all growing and have grown and have come so far, we notice that everyone has one thing in common.
What?
That nobody believed in them.
Wow.
I can say that out of everyone that goes out with us, except for maybe one or two, is full of underdogs.
That's crazy. We were just talking about that in the podcast. Wow.
And so it's crazy to see that they all have that in common, and to see how when we first started, nobody really believed in us. Nobody really wanted to go out. Like now I have half of my DMs are people from other churches wanting to go out with us.
From other churches?
From other churches wanting to go out with us.
Oh.
And wanting to learn and wanting to...
I'm gonna cry, that's crazy. Like, how do you know when to cry? It's crazy.
You know, and even people from church, hey, I want to go, hey, and seeing the team. Like, if you would have told me 6 months ago that I'd have someone running a social media or having someone in charge of praying for the team, for me, having a group of leaders to when we get too big and we have to split up, like, I would have never believed it. But it goes back to we weren't looking for promotion. We were looking to be remnant youth evangelism. We were just Terror Squad.
And the beautiful thing is that I remember I was telling one of my girls that the first time I went out with you guys evangelizing, I went up to one of the girls, prayed for her, got her number, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take her to Hop. And you literally stopped me and you go, Abby, no. And I was like, what do you mean no? Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Like when you evangelize, like you firm, blah, 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 and send. And then you're like, no, Abby, we're just some kids that are out here evangelizing, like wanting to share God every single Saturday. And that for me really marked my life and showed me like your heart and the heart of evangelism to say, you know what, like I want to commit to it because you see the heart of it.
Right.
You know? And that's kind of what got to me. And then now, like you guys.
Yeah, so we made the name switch to the Remainders because we recognized that Terror Squad street healing was pretty corny.
Yeah, it was kind of thing.
It was not the vibe at all.
Can you imagine?
Everybody thinks that I came up with the name. And it wasn't me.
Who was it?
It was Antoine.
Antoine, if you're listening to this.
And it's crazy because everyone thinks that he came up with and that I came up with Terror Squad and he came up with Remainders. But
that's always how it works with you guys. Like you guys always like get the opposite.
I'm about to cut this friendship off with this kid now.
Nah, man. You're thriving.
And so we spent a week because one thing we knew that it was corny. Everybody told us it was corny, but we didn't want to constantly change the name. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's crazy because if you look at it, every time we've changed the name, it's because it marked the new season. You know? Because when we were made leaders, it's when we started saying to ourselves, okay, we need something that sounds a little more professional. You know?
Okay.
We need something that sounds a little more. We're not
going to. Street healing was that promise to God.
Exactly.
The promise to God, remainders, like you're going to remain leaders.
Exactly.
And then.
The promised land, from the pit to the palace. So I came
up. This is like a whole preaching. I'm receiving so much. I'm like, Let's go.
I Google searched the definition of the remnant.
Yeah, why?
And it was the remainders. It was because the definition of one of the definitions of remnant is what remains or the remaining.
I like the remainders, honestly.
I liked it too.
I thought it was pretty dope. But like, yeah, I get it. That's like a season, you know.
And so I was like, the remaining.
Like, oh, you're
the remainders. Let's do it.
That sounds like a 300 movie. Like, yeah, we're the remainders.
Like when I thought of the name in my mind, when I think of remainders, I think of buffed out Marine SEAL Team 6, a group of the Rocks, like the elite of the elite. Like there's the remnant and then there's the remainders.
Like the ones that remain.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Put through hell and fire and hot water.
And that's how it was for a time.
Internet preaching here.
Yeah. And let's give it up for our next guest, AGM.
Over here.
And how are you, son?
We're just.
Thank you for having me, daughter.
We're just two kids, you know, podcasting it out.
And so, yeah, we became the remainders. And then when we became the remainders is when we started getting a little bit of recognition, like social media. We had like 60 something followers, and people were starting to recognize us in church. Like one guy even asked for a picture. I was like extremely weirded out. I was
Stop. Like, yeah. Okay, can we like pause and talk about that? Like, what happened? Because I would freak out.
I would. I was like, yo, what the
What do you mean a picture?
Yeah.
Like, he was like, I mean, shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to you. Like, it's crazy.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah.
You're gonna listen to this podcast years from now, and then you're gonna be like,
humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings. Like
you have your own studio, I have my own studio. You're gonna be like humble beginnings.
We have our husband and wife. Humble beginnings.
And alright, so it was after Friday Youth, and I'm sitting there talking with some guys.
Okay, let me pause you. Have you realized that everything you've said has been after a Friday Youth service?
Yeah, I love Passion Nights.
We love Passion Nights. Shout
out
to
Passion PJ. Oh yeah, shout out to Passion Nights.
Shout out to Passion Nights and PJ. Okay.
And
so it was after Friday.
It was after Friday service. I'm talking with some friends, not really friends, just people that were just there. And this kid walks by like 3 times.
It's just people. It's so cute. People that are just there.
Yeah, like people that you socialize with, but you don't associate with, you know? And this kid walks by a couple of times, and then we hear some people like bickering remainders or remaining or something, and then I'm like, whatever. And then I hear this kid goes like, yo, are you guys the remainders? And I was like, why do you make it sound like we're in a band? You know?
Oh my god, it's Hezzy and the Remainders.
It's the Remainders. And I'm like, yeah, man, what's up? You want to come out with us? He's like, yeah, man, I want to. You think I can get a picture with you guys? And I was like,
picture?
Sure, I guess.
Did they tag you?
I don't think so. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yo, homie, you can say you got a picture.
We got fans. No,
we got a fan page. Ran by Abby. Follow at rmntyth.evangelism.
And then we went out to eat after Saturday.
Cece's Pizza?
No. The Glory. We've gone out. We haven't. Chili's. I'll never forget it. Chili's. Shout out to Chili's. Or unless
it's like your podcast is no free advertisement. My podcast is like Chili's.
Yeah, because I mean.
This is my social security.
That was funny.
I tried.
This is my social security, my bank account. My PIN.
Here's my base
my passport. My phone password. We were eating at Chili's and PJ texted me. He's like, yo, Hezzy. I was like, what's up, Pastor? He's like, what if we change the name to Remnant Youth Evangelism?
Oh my goodness.
And I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, okay. Can you please reenact it for us?
I'm gonna get real.
Give me more water.
No, I still
So he's getting ready for the big thing.
I get the message. I'm eating with friends, I read it. I immediately turn off my read receipts. So he can't see that I read it.
Before you...
I didn't respond to him until the next day. Because I didn't want to change the name. Nobody wanted to change the name.
Sip something.
Nobody wanted to change the name. They wanted to stay the Remainders because that was the chip on our shoulder. And to this day, the chip on my shoulder is I don't want to be like the people before me.
Yeah.
I don't want to fail. I don't want to let the agenda get to me. Mm. So I acted like I didn't read the message. Mm. But he was like, yo, what if we change the name to Remnant Youth Evangelism? And I talked to Antoine, and Antoine's like, I'm going to expose you, bro. He goes like, nah, I don't want to change it. And I was like, why? He's like, nah, because then we're going to be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like really committed to it?
No. The commitment's never been the issue.
No, I know.
but what was the issue? He's like, we're gonna get too political. It's gonna get too churchy. My bad. It's gonna get way too churchy. It's gonna get.
We're real here on Tuscan Podcast.
No, it's good.
Oh, right. That's fine. I'm over here.
He's like, nah, I don't want to change the name because we're going to get too political. Everything is going to get very political. It's going to be very agenda. It's going to be very numbers based. Yeah. And he made a valid point. And saying that, I want to say I'm really grateful for the team that I have.
Come on, appreciation, guys.
Yeah, guys.
You're listening to this. Follow me on YouTube channel. Just kidding.
You know, there's no. I'm always astonished that, you know, if you're committed to the evangelism, you're committed to me. You're committed to the vision that God gave me for evangelism. And it always astonishes me because I always think like there's no reason why someone would be committed to me except for God. Mm-hmm. So I'm thankful for the team because whenever I've had to put my foot down and this is what I say, what the things that a leader can do that a follower can is I had to make the hard decisions. I had to steer the boat in the direction that I thought and to this day I think was God ordained, because as a leader you can make or break the destiny and the way of being of the people under you and your followers. Yeah. Because had I said I don't want to change the name, would we be where we are right now? I don't think so.
I think not.
You know what I mean? And so
that's crazy, dude.
I prayed about it. I spoke to my dad, and I told my dad.
Yeah, like what was the process that you went through?
I was debating it. Because I was a little iffy.
Because you weren't like on board for it, which shows the real process of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like you already have your routine, you already have things, and then all of a sudden it's this shift, it's this new, not chip, but this new sense of leadership that's scary, but also, you know, you want the
yeah, you know, because once we change the name to Remnant Youth, it's like, okay, now this is the church.
It's like official.
Yeah, like we're
like you're official, but like you're official. Like
yeah,
church
exactly.
official.
Like literally, like you have the name of the church on you. You have the logo on you. Like you're representing it to the max.
Like rmntyth.evangelism. Plug. Please follow the Instagram.
Please follow the Remnant Youth page.
Please.
My dad was the one that really talked sense into me. He's like, what do you mean you're debating it? That's a blessing.
Come on.
You know how many people would wish to be in your position?
That's so true.
And I was
like, from when you started.
Exactly. And I was like, dang, you're right. And this is why I say that being a leader doesn't mean, a lot of people have it twisted and they think that everyone has to like you because you're a leader. Mm. And I don't agree with that, because when my dad told me that and he knocked sense into me, I woke up the next day and I said, yes, Pastor. I didn't even say yes, Pastor. I changed the Instagram name and I changed the logo from the Remainders to Remnant Youth Evangelism, and I texted PJ, I was like, it's done. We're Remnant Youth Evangelism. And then I got a few texts from the... It was
like the first, second, and third yes. You're like, yes, sir.
Yeah, so...
Wow, crazy.
I was like, yes, sir, here it is. I didn't say yes, and then I changed it. I changed it, and I said, yes, sir, and I showed it to him. My God. And literally, no more than 20 minutes after changing it, I got mad phone calls, mad text messages from, like, original members telling me that why did I change the name, or why did I do it like that, or why didn't I...
Did you not talk to them?
What do you mean?
Like the team?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they called like
But they didn't know you changed
No,
it.
I didn't talk to them about it. I made the executive decision. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh
Yeah,
my
because
God.
none of them wanted to do it. So if I would have asked, and that's like what we were saying before, as a leader, I don't have to ask for permission to change it.
You're right. At Hezzy Talks.
You know what I mean? Like I just made the decision and I changed it. You know, because there's certain things that I'm not gonna negotiate. And they were like, no, why'd you change it? Look, it's gonna get political. And I said this to everyone that called. I was like, look, if you don't agree with the direction in which we're going, you're free to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I didn't start evangelizing because we were friends. I started evangelizing for God. You know, and I feel from God. I said, as the leader and as the head of this team, I feel from God that this is the direction that we have to go.
Yeah.
If you're not feeling it, well, go start your own team. You know, and that's why.
Did you say it like that?
Yeah, I said it just like that.
Oof. My God.
I'm a really blunt person. And,
no, yeah.
And so,
we know. We know here.
And so after hearing that, they were like, okay, we're right with you. And that's why I say, like, I'm extremely grateful because they could have left, but they chose to stay. They don't have to tell me they believe in me, or they don't have to say they appreciate me. Just the fact that they're there, from the leadership down to just the regular people that go, it shows their commitment, 1 to God, 2 to the team, 3 to the church, and 4 to me. You know, and I made the decision, and then we were still just leaders.
Yeah.
And then everything changed once we became the official. And then, but I was also smart with it too, because I was like, Mama ain't raised no, Mama ain't raised no fool, you know. A player recognizes game.
I thought you were going to say a hustler recognizes the hustle.
I thought about it. I folded under pressure.
Yeah.
Real recognize real. So I texted PJ, yes sir, I changed it, but I also said, does this mean we're the official team?
You said that.
I said, yeah. I said, does this mean
Well,
we're
you
the
had
official team?
Oh,
Yeah, because I look at it, I'm not
You were
gonna.
going to go in. Like you were like, okay, yeah, like we're going in from Tara.
Yeah, because I was like, look,
That's crazy.
if you want me to change I'm not gonna be Remnant Youth Evangelism and not be the official Remnant Youth Evangelism team. You know, like.
You're right.
And he was like, of course, without a doubt, no questions asked. You guys are the official team of Remnant. And I was like, wow, that was crazy. There, I got a little bit emotional, and then.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry, but I got a little emotional.
He didn't cry, guys. I'm still crying. I'm crying for the team in general, for everybody.
And then that was like 6 months into it. And then now we're
How
here.
many months are we?
Now we're at 8.
Yeah.
So it's still fairly fresh.
Can we talk about like how like you started like the social media and stuff like that?
Yeah, so
like how did it
Abby's the GOAT, man.
Oh my God.
I was horrible.
Were you in charge of it before?
Me and Antoine were
yeah,
running it,
those
and
filters were not it. Like they didn't know anything about hashtags or like tagging, like comment down below, like your favorite evangelist, you know. But yeah, I mean, I guess the first time that I went, I was just so impacted by it, and it was crazy because I prayed to God and I asked God because I wanted to serve at church.
Right.
You know, I wanted like somewhere to serve, but everything I tried to serve in was either like, you know, other things or what I'm already used to doing every single day of my life. So I just wanted something to treat myself like I'm a normal human. But so then when I started going evangelizing, immediately I felt this conviction, and I know it's like random, but like when we went out to BJ's like a few times, and then I don't even know why I'm saying this, but when you guys like got my ring, you were like, oh, I was like, what are these guys doing? And then you guys were like, oh, will you be the official Remnant Youth Evangelism social media? And I was like, I just didn't know what to say. Like how you were. I was like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, are you proposing? Are you not? Like, are we like in this together? And kid you not, I felt like this conviction, like in my spirit.
Wow.
And God was like, you need to help them. Like, he's like,
they're lost. God is like, they need help.
No, it was something in my heart that God was like, you need to serve them, kind of thing. Being like they're gonna be bigger than what people see. Wow. And not for like position, not for, because I'm not about that. It was literally because like I saw what Pastor saw in you guys. Wow. Like I saw. Thank you. Like, no, I saw what Pastor saw in you guys. I saw rmntyth.evangelism, like even like nations and things, and God was like, you're gonna be a part of this movement. That's why I said join the movement, because it is a movement. It's not right. It's not just like consistent every Saturday. It's a movement. And then that's how the social media did, and now it's like here. And now we have 160 something followers. Yo. And then like I guess like last thing we'll talk about, I guess it was like the 100 followers, and you guys were like, oh my god,
and it was crazy because I feel like it took so long to get 100, and I feel like we got to 160 like extremely fast.
Like kids, people are following, and yeah, it's like cake, which is so crazy because, and you guys were like, oh, it's ever since Abby. I'm like, no, I mean it's like obviously hashtags and stuff, but it's honestly the consistency and just having a team that is willing and wanting to be used by God, and that are not there for titles, that aren't there for that, because that's like the vibe that you guys gave off. You guys gave off like the humbleness and just the consistency that no matter what, whether you have a birthday party or you have this or that, you're like, no, I made a commitment to God to go evangelizing. Right. So I guess where we are today. So what is, I guess like two questions. What is like the future of rmntyth evangelism, and what is something you want to tell someone that wants to evangelize or wants to start like a group or things like that they feel like they're the underdogs and they feel like that they can't make it? Or from hearing this, like what is some advice that you could give our listeners?
Yeah, so to answer the first question, I feel like I appreciate your words a lot. They mean a lot.
Words of affirmation.
They don't get it because they weren't part of it. But
well, if you heard Hezzy's podcast,
if you know, you know.
You know.
What was the first question again?
God, she can rewind.
I know the second one.
Well, the first one was not the advice, but it was like, what's the future of?
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
because I know that you like we've had meetings and you're like, I've seen 10 years and da da da. But like
rmntyth youth evangelism.
Like, what do you see here?
It's an and I've said this since the first day I've gone out. It's an all-inclusive radical evangelism movement, like it says in the Old Testament.
Come on.
The young people will have fire.
Yeah.
Not just the pastors' kids, not just the preachers, but
not just the set evangelists that are meant to
not just the guys with the title of evangelist, but I'm talking about
the ushers, the dancers, everybody, the people,
the armor bearers,
the kids, like the little kids. There's a picture of I have to post it, but there's a picture of like this like tiny kid. I don't know how old he is. Your brother. I'm so sorry. It's cool. Big fan. Your little brother praying for someone. That impacted me. Yeah. Like, you can use anyone.
Exactly.
The remnant.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a movement. This is not a 2-year movement, a 6-month movement. This is till when Jesus gets back movement. You know what I mean? And one thing I've always said is that there's always two types of people in this world. There's ones that cause fire, and there's ones that get contaminated with fire. You know what I mean? And this fire is getting bigger. It's getting bigger than us, and I think it's huge.
Can you like just in 1 hour, please, like from yesterday? I didn't go, fake fan, but can you please tell like Like how? Like it's not about the numbers. We don't care about numbers.
We got 120 people to give their lives to God.
In the course of how many hours?
In like 1 hour.
1 hour, guys. Okay, we're fasting and everything. We're breaking it today, but guys.
We got, I think, 70 people in the first 45 minutes to give their lives to God.
Guys, 70 people. Like.
And not like, oh, hey, look, this is Jesus. Like, nah, like, everybody's getting a word from God. Everyone's getting the healing. Everyone's crying.
Wow.
The Father is being revealed to the people.
Oof.
And like I say, many times people confuse numbers with being realistic. We need to take account of how many people we win to for Jesus. It says it in the Bible. Whatever you do for God, you have to do it in an orderly manner.
Yeah.
We have to know how many people we're winning for Jesus.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, last year, the last 6 months of last year, me and one of the leaders, we were doing the number count. And I'll never forget it. I told Antoine, how many people did we win last year? And he was like 500. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, bro, that's a lot of people. I think we did less.
500 people?
We did the numbers and we won we won double that. We won like 1,000 something people for Jesus last year.
1,000.
The last 6 months.
Wow, that's 1,000 people. That fills up more the people that fits in our church. That fits up like maybe like a quarter of the American Airlines arena. Like 1,000 people.
That's a lot.
1,000. Like I just want to like soak it in. Because someone was talking, it's off topic, but someone was talking to me about my YouTube channel and how I have 800 subscribers. And I'm like, yeah, like 800, like, oh my God, that's a lot. But she goes, Abby, 800 subscribers is a venue in Italy.
Try to fit 800 people in your house.
800 people watching, but not only that, it's like 800 people plus their family, plus whatever.
Exactly.
Don't mean to plug my...
No, but it's true. You said,
true.
Antoine would tell me that because I'd be like, I released this song and I only got like 50 plays. And he's like, put 50 people in your house. It's a lot.
50 people plus people that like play to
Singing
repeat.
in the car.
But I repeat songs.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I want to listen to your soundtrack after this. But like,
check out Surprise I'm Back. I just dropped that like maybe a week ago.
Oh, I'm super hype, honestly. Guys, check it out. All of his stuff is gonna be linked down below.
I hope so.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so 1,000. I think the actual number was like what 1,300. 1,300 people won last year in the last 6 months. That's more than some people will win in their lifetime. And that's not. I want 1 million.
That's the tea.
My goal is to win 1 million in a year.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to win 3,000 people for Jesus this year.
Come on.
And
imagine. What was it? 120.
There's 63,000 people fit in the Hard Rock Stadium. I think it's 10,000 people that fit in the American Airlines Arena.
Mm-hmm.
There's 60,000 people that live in my zip code. In other words, I look at it like this. 60,000, it seems like a lot, right?
It is a lot.
60,000 people in one zip code. But when you think of it like, wait a minute, I can fit everybody that lives in my city, in my zip code, in a stadium. All of a sudden, it's not that big.
Yeah.
So they're reachable goals, and that's what I'm saying. I've never settled it.
So like the future of remnant youth evangelism.
The future of remnant youth evangelism is millions of souls.
Guys, mark it today. What is it? January 26th, 2020. We're gonna come back in a year.
Catch us back in 2021, man.
We're gonna come back in a year and literally have that.
And check it out. And never we never let it get to our head.
Yeah. I guess like that can go into what is the advice that you have for us underdogs that, you know, made it or that want to do it, or like we didn't make it, but it's just
never lose sight of why you started. And you said this to me on Friday.
Me?
Yeah, you said it to me. And
Me?
you said, yeah.
For real?
Yeah. When we were talking.
Yes, you're right. I was like, okay.
You said, the reason why I still go is the why. The reason why you do something will be how hard you're committed to it. I never tell my disciples, if you're passionate, amen.
Drop mic.
Be passionate. I love people that are passionate, but passion comes and goes.
That's so true.
One moment you can light a candle right now, but that candle is not gonna light up forever.
It's gonna burn out.
Exactly. But when you're committed to something, it doesn't matter if your fire goes out. It doesn't matter if you're burned out. It doesn't matter if you're tired. Nothing matters when you're committed.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be there no what.
Yeah.
My commitment goes further than my passion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but it's like I said before, your commitment is always going to be linked to your why. In other words, if you don't have a big why, you're not going to have a big commitment.
Yeah.
My why was bigger than me. It was bigger than Remnant Youth Evangelism. It's bigger than King Jesus Ministry because I don't live for my church.
Yeah.
I live for God.
Mm-hmm.
I don't live for souls. I live for Jesus.
Yeah.
That's my why. So how can I not be there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to the people that are looked at as the underdog, bro, like I look at it like this. No one likes a boring story.
Terror Squad, Street Healing.
That was literally the name.
Like, can we just, like, if you could rewind to that, but I'm not going to do that, but humble beginning.
I know, and I always, whenever I pray, when I tell the prayer team and what I pray in my personal life.
You have a prayer team.
Yeah.
You have a social media person. Like,
we're pretty official.
you're pretty official, dude.
We're a small church. We love.
I'm like, can I just say this? Our church is not that big. It's
Right.
not.
You're right.
Like, it's really not. Like, that's a whole other episode.
Yeah, that's a whole nother episode. That's a whole
Tough
other.
Skin podcast.
That's a tread lightly topic, but no, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that. It's really not that big.
Yeah, it's not.
When you boil it down to who's really there, who's committed, who's down to ride, I'd say less than half.
And you see the same people in the front, you see the same people
In the back.
in the back, you see the same people doing whatever.
The same things. But then it goes back to their why. Why are they there?
Why are you there? You know?
Exactly.
It's because you're committed to God. Why am I here? It's because I'm committed.
Exactly.
You know?
But you're only going to be as committed as your why.
Oof. Repeat this prayer after me, guys.
So yeah, like I was saying, guys, if you're the underdog, bro, no one likes a boring story, man. I never like to listen to the haters. Because and
You're speaking to my soul.
and yeah, like forget about everybody, forget about your parents, forget about your friends. I've gotten in arguments with my parents before going out to evangelize, and arguments that would make the average person be like, okay, I'm not gonna go today.
Yeah.
I've gone out to evangelize when I didn't have $1 in my pocket.
Well.
I've gone out to evangelize when through hell and hot water.
Yeah.
But it's because I'm committed. Before anything else, I'm committed to God.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, I could be sick, my mom could die. I don't care. My love for God. And people tell me, oh, how do you last this long? How have you lasted 6 years? How have you not burned out? Bro, how can I burn out when my God is so awesome?
Amen.
You know what I mean?
That's
when
so
you
true.
forget your why.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
And yeah, man, so
yeah, guys, that is, I don't know, I'm speechless right now. Like,
God is good.
He is.
This is what I expected my podcast to go like. But
This is what your podcast is gonna be like.
Instead of dropping
on literally have to go up for there. But honestly, wow, this was a dope podcast.
I think this one makes me want to re-record mine, not gonna lie.
We're gonna re-record. Hey, at least now you have structure and you can like ask questions and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Like, we're always here learning from each other, but honestly, thank you for sharing your story.
Thanks
and
for
of course, thank you for bringing your dope setup.
Thanks for the lights.
Thanks for
And the
bringing
water.
Thanks for
Thank you for being you.
honor you, homie. Yes. So,
Touch. I forgot what it was called.
I told him about the love language test, so if you guys took that, like what
When she said, what is it? Special favors? Special services?
Don't listen. Acts of service.
Acts of service? I was like, whoa.
Oh, hey, wait,
Whoa, I'm a man of God.
What?
No, not you, what I'm saying, like in general, like, if someone told me in the street, I'll just leave it there.
check out Hezzy. Hezzy Talks.
Follow me on Instagram at
Yes,
Hezzy
please
Talks.
plug yourself. Now is
Twitter
your
at
time.
Hezzy Talks. YouTube at Hezzy Talk Show.
That's so smart. You have it all as the same.
Honestly, yeah.
I was like,
Snapchat,
youtube.com/Astros.
So yeah, follow me on Spotify and Apple Podcast at the Hezzy Talk Show.
Sponsor
YouTube
us.
at the Hezzy Talk Show. My Instagram at Hezzy Talks, just like Twitter. And hopefully all the links will be in the description. And
It
check
will
out
be
my
in the
music.
description. He is super dope. He is awesome.
Single as well.
He's single as
I'm a single
Pringle.
queen.
Oh my god, you're talking about me. But yeah, so guys, if you guys really like this episode, I really love this episode. I'm gonna listen to it. I got like a new fire for God, and it was just so real to be real and raw and sit down and just to really see the story of Hezzy and like how remnant evangelism, remnant youth
R.I.P. Kobe Bryant.
I knew you were gonna talk about it too.
Our condolences to your family.
Yes,
We're praying for you, bro.
we are.
I mean for your family, because you're dead. But R.I.P. to a great basketball player.
Yes.
To a son, to a husband, to a father. I pray you went to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you listening, I don't want to seem like I'm like stepping on toes, but
Ow,
whether you're
excuse me.
whether you're listening to this right now or you're listening to this weeks after he died or months after he died, life is short, man. You know, I don't want to talk. I'm not the type of person that talks about hell, because Jesus didn't die so that you could just not go to hell. Jesus died to show you love and so that you can make it into heaven. You know what I mean? If you're struggling with anything, whatever the case may be, you don't have to struggle alone. Jesus died so that you could be connected to the Father. In other words, you're not a bastard. You're not alone in this world. Even though it may seem like you're alone, you have somebody in heaven, and that somebody is Jesus.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you're rich. It doesn't matter whether you're poor. Look at Kobe Bryant. That man was a millionaire. That man was held to a high esteem by many people across the world, and he died in a helicopter crash. What's to say that you and me aren't next? God forbid. If you're listening to this and you're under the sound of my voice and you say, you know what, I want to get right with Jesus.
Yes.
I want to give my life to God. I don't know where I'd go if I die. I want you to repeat this easy, simple, quick prayer. Say, Jesus, I recognize that I'm a sinner and that I fall short of the glory. I recognize you, that you died and resurrected on the third day. I recognize you, Jesus Christ, as my Lord and Savior, the Son of God. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. I didn't mean to take control like that, but I feel like it has to be done. At Hezzy Talks.
But honestly, that's so crazy. You're literally reminding me the reason why I started podcasting, and it was because of that. You know, to really, you know, to bring people to God and to just be real and to show that not everyone's perfect and we all go through a process to get quote unquote tough skin.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
So it's awesome, and if you guys receive, please comment down below on Toughskin _ podcast on Instagram, and shout out to Hezzy and follow him on all social media. It'll be linked down below, and follow me on all mine. It'll be linked down below as well. It's too much to say. I'm gonna talk for that, but we love you guys so much, and we can't wait to hear you guys in the next episode. Please favor this and follow us. You know, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, support us. Whatever you want to do what you gotta do. We love you guys, and we will talk to you guys in our next episode. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Yo, that's crazy.